excited to be sharing about the release of Moving from Fear to Trust, which is my book that I have been working on since 2018. Started writing in the start of January 2019, and it has been such a labour of love over the past couple of years. And to get to this place, I'm just so excited. So I just wanted to share this good news with you. And I wanted to read a little piece from the book, which I feel really describes the essence of my mom, who has been instrumental in writing this book. So she really started to prepare me from the very, very beginning of our life together, when I was born, and how she raised me and how she influenced me over the years. And she always told me this story that when I was born, that when we met eyes, that the first thought before she even knew if I was a boy or a girl, she said she just had this intense recognition that she knew me from before. So I wanted to read that to you. 1 second. I know you from before, I gasped, looking into your eyes as they opened for the first time. Before I even knew if you were a boy or a girl, I was overcome with the most intense recognition that I'd known you from before. The midwife announced that you were a healthy baby girl, and I was swept away with the most overwhelming love I've felt in my entire life. This was the precious scene that my mom painted of my birth. I used to laugh at how deeply connected we were, thinking it was simply because we were mother and daughter. It was far vaster than these roles we were playing, an immeasurable depth I'm now only beginning to appreciate. So this book is dedicated to my mom, Moving from Fear to Trust, and the year before she passed away, she asked me, what is it that you're here to do, and what is it that you're here to bring about? And I replied, I'm here to move from fear to trust, and I'm here to help other people cross the bridge from fear to trust. So in order to understand that whole piece, the story really maps that out. So this is a memoir. It's my life story. And it's also a roadmap from going through the various initiations that I've moved through to date, whereby I've been asked by the divine, by the powers that work through all life, whether you call it God or the universe or the infinite, that is moving through us all. And through my experience, it's been calling me into the unknown over and over and over again. And what does that mean? It means the unknown is something that's not yet experienced. It's potential to be experienced. And for eons, we have been dominated by fear of the unknown, fear of the feminine, fear of the mystery, fear of the void, fear of winter, fear of death. The unknown terrifies us because we've been so conditioned and locked into this way of living on the earth. And right now we're undergoing this massive metamorphosis. It's happening on an individual level, but it's also happening collectively, whereby this new paradigm is coming through, and this new paradigm of consciousness, where we are moving out of the forgetfulness and the separation from source and from nature, which is the living embodiment of source. And in order to do so, we have to be willing to move through the fear and to answer what is calling us. So for me, it's been a journey of responding to being called to heal and nourish my body and support my health, to thrive and to break old patterns that have been running through my family line. And those patterns are where we've been in that separation. It's been predominantly trauma based, and it's been predominantly where we've been living from our sympathetic nervous system, which is, as you know, the fight or flight. We've been dominant in that, and that's been kind of running through all of our lives. And in order to come into the new paradigm, we have to unravel ourselves from our mind, our psyche, our nervous system, our adrenals, our way of showing up, how we're living in our day, how we're attuning to our own natural rhythm, the natural rhythms of the earth. And with that requires us to clear out the debris that we've been holding, and that's been moving through our ancestral lines. And on a simple level, it's because of this separation, and that's caused all of these emotions like fear, like grief, like hopelessness, for them to be dominant. And for those to clear, we have to go on a journey to release them. But also, it's not just about releasing the old, because you can be releasing forever. What it is now, like what we are called to do now, is establish the new and claim that. And to trust in that, to trust in the inner knowing that we all have, the inner knowing, which is our connection to source, which is our voice that whispers through us, that is wanting to come into expression now, that is wanting to be lived, that is wanting to be seen and valued and heard and appreciated. And that can only begin with us at an individual level, and us deciding to make that choice. And why I feel this book is important, and why I'm excited for you to read and get a copy of this book, is because when you actually read through the story, you're able to see the experiences through your own experiences, through your own eyes, and you're able to really allow that story medicine, which is how we learn and how we really take in this wisdom, is through the living embodiment of that in actual action. So the story of moving from fear to trust is to show you and to demonstrate to you what it looks like when you actually move through your initiations and move through what is being called of you, even if that's so frightening, so daunting, so unknown to yourself and maybe to others, that you can get stuck. You can get stuck at different junctures, and you can actually stop yourself. You can block the flow of life coming through you because fear is contracting, closing you down. And when your nervous system is predominantly in fight or flight, you're not able to attune yourself to the divine. So moving from fear to trust is to bring you into a practice of relaxing your nervous system, relaxing your being, creating that as a daily practice, moving through the fears as they come, so that you're able to attune to the voice of the divine, which is your birthright to be connected to that. And I share in the book about different practices that I've done to help me with this practice of supporting my nervous system, but also clearing the emotional body, clearing the different programmings that have been running through myself, to be able to open as a clear conduit for this. And when you really do respond to what you're called to and actually take the action, that's when your self-trust will develop and build. So for me, I even say that this book has been initiating me since the very beginning. We started it in 2018. We set our intention, myself and my editor, Mary Helen. It was a few days after Christmas in 2018. And I said, the book is going to be called Moving from Fear to Trust. There's no shadow of a doubt that's what's the name. And that book then started that process of writing the book, and actually committing to the book has been initiating me into embodying it. So I started to create, Ashling Health School. I started to really commit to what it is that I'm called to bring through and to unfold over my lifetime that I'm here for. And then again, I was called into conceiving my baby, having a wild pregnancy and a free birth, and really again being initiated into the great unknown mystery, and then touring around Europe in a camper van for 6 months with my partner Richie and our baby and our 2 dogs, and publishing this book. And again, each step of the way, just responding to the guidance. And that guidance is coming internally, but it's also coming externally, because there is no separation between me and the outer environment. It is actually part of me, and I'm able to receive those messages. And I know there's many layers, and it's a huge inner change that has to happen as you're moving from fear to trust, and it's not necessarily visible to other people. And unless somebody is on that pathway themselves, it doesn't make sense. So being able to hear from other people and hear their story can be so supportive, but not just supportive, but igniting. And that's what I intend to do with this book. And I have some amazing quotes at the back of the book, and I'll read them to you here because I feel they're so wonderful. I was so moved to receive these messages. This is from Virginia Salas Castillo. She's the founder of Humans I Trust. And she said, "This book is a divine gift that will help you break free from the limitations of fear-based thinking and embrace infinite love and support of Source." Caitlin Hill, who is an amazing mother of 3, and she had an unassisted birth with her twins at home, which was a huge catalyst for my journey. And she said, "Living in a world surrounded by fear, it's easy to lose sight of our path. This book is a story filled with wisdom that I highly recommend for anyone who's on their journey back home." And Munzina Ahmed, she's an intuitive medicine woman. And again, she's been very instrumental in my path and bringing in the light of medical medium information and protocols into my life. And she shared that Ashling shares her personal story of her journey from fear to trust with heartfelt vulnerability. The tone of this book resonates with hope, which truly is the pathway from fear to trust. So this is my book. It's available on my website. It's going to be in the comments below this video. And you'll get a free Moving from Fear to Trust workshop, which is going to be held live on Monday, the 30th of October, to celebrate together and to deepen into the practice of how to move from fear to trust, and to workshop any of your initiations, challenges, tests that you're working through right now. Which I'm very, very excited for, because when we come together, it can be so igniting to be able to call in this remembrance and to claim what it is that you are here to live. And yeah, so baby Rian is crying right now, so I'm gonna go and attend to him. He's asleep in the bedroom. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below this video, and I'll see you soon.